Finally!
Hey, Bane, what's up?
You know how long I've been waiting here for you to come back?
According to my calculations, about 6 videos.
Who's the walking can opener?
I have no idea.
I'll open your can.
Ooh, could you? Well, if I knew it involved using a bomb, I wouldn't have asked.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Wait, then who was it?
You mean that wasn't you?
Yeah, right, like I'd ever blow up anything.
Don't make me put this wood on you! Just call me Titus O'Neil!
Not going to call you Titus O'Neil, Louden.
Hey, one of Batman's friends!
Boon, real talk. You, me, Dupree, Christian Maracle, co-op, right now, Battleground.
Why aren't you speaking actual sentences?
Look, are you in or not?
Well, yeah, fucking duh.
Who's Dupree?
Get down!
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Christian Maracle, someone who has been on my radar for a while now. He makes wrestling videos, which is probably a cue for about half my audience to turn off this video. Oh, but it gets juicier than that. They're wrestling videos that are CinemaSins knockoffs. Now, that's not an inherent problem. After all, there are lots of channels that critique things other than movies in that style and do a decent job at it. I've watched some of them. That being said, none of them call themselves CinemaSins 2 Expansion, like your playlist and old logo did. Really didn't want to dedicate to a subject matter, did you? Anyway, the bigger problem, which we're going to discuss today, is that his videos tend to have points in them that miss the mark of the subject matter.
Dear Lord, the amount of things wrong with this opening alone is enough to make a cringe post out of.
Other than the whole thing being a lazy ripoff of WWE, let's talk about the last couple of seconds there. That's worth talking about. First of all, the text on screen is completely and utterly out of sync with the sound effect it plays. Fix that. Soon. Of course, there's also the fact that you show your tagline, which is actually ironic considering you're telling people to think optimistically both before and after you pull apart a live event at the seams in order to find as many flaws as you can and then shilling. Bro, if the only phrase you have to describe yourself is a tagline that doesn't even make sense with your content, then maybe you need to go back to the writing board. In fact, here, even using your catchphrase that you like so much, I can do better. CinemaSins 2 Expansion, the Maracle seating, think optimistically. Boom! I just named your 2 primary shows and then gave your tagline. That's so hard!
Also, optimistic? Okay, yeah, way to rib us there, buddy. So, Boon, how does it feel knowing that we're about to partake in a video that's a social commentary into the mindset of someone in the IWC?
I'm used to that by now.
Doing a cinema styles like video and bringing absolutely nothing new to it. No.
Battleground. Camera static effect for an event called Battleground. What does a camera with problems have to do with a battleground?
Oh my god, a static camera effect in an opening of a video, such a sin! Way to look too much into something as simple as a camera effect.
However, if you want me to explain as though these blue curtains actually mean something, sure. The effect on screen wasn't simple static. If you look, the footage is being fractured into segments and scattered, much like the bodies of those battling on a battleground, for example. This can also represent the broken alliances that the text before any of these screen effects showed up was referring to, most specifically the Shield. So we just debunked you in 2 ways. Good job.
This event also went into overtime, much like the Money in the Bank event. What is up with pay-per-views going into overtime these days?
And yes, how dare the WWE give their fans their money's worth, and also by lengthening the event so they can meet their time requirements. A travesty indeed. Do you even production?
You are looking live at the sold-out Verizon Center.
This place is sold out even though there are still tickets that haven't been bought, cliche.
Okay, I know this is a sin video, but proof? Evidence? This is a hell of a specific thing to point out without proving it.
Charlotte managed to hang on to the copyright infringement sin up until we're lost 24 hours later. Let's just hope she doesn't wear any of Ric Flair's outfits again.
Even though she's a Flair and it's basically paying homage to her dad. Trying to be funny, but sounds like a nitpicky douche. No!
More importantly, why is this robe copyright infringement, but the other robe that you stated wasn't copyright infringement isn't? The only difference was that the other robe was red. Yeah, Ric Flair wore red robes too, you know.
This event is called Battleground, yet the name templates are Raw and SmackDowns. It's understandable that this is because the brand split is here once again, but this is a pay-per-view, not Raw or SmackDown.
Minuscule. And, you know, it's not like the brand split just happened, and this is the last show before the roster is officially split. It's not like there's a good reason for them to use the nameplates at this particular event.
While one sin will be removed for Bayley finally appearing on the main roster, another sin will be added because this was the only time for a while that she was going to be there. Seriously, Bayley ain't going to be on the main roster for a while now, so that's one sin removed and one sin added, so same score here.
Teal dear, I just wanted to rant about Bayley not being on the main roster, all the while speaking to provide filler.
So you're a mark. That's what you're saying.
Seriously, who's Dupree?
Former tag champion, now shut up.
But I will add in another sin because everyone knew it was going to be Bayley. Try keeping your appearances secret, WWE.
Can't really blame WWE, more so dirt sheets and wrestling sites that leak these things. Try again, Seuss.
And here's the thing about that. Even if the dirt sheets didn't spoil the news, she was still the person that was on most people's minds as the most likely choice. Call up or no call up.
To ever compete in an Iron Man match. Charlotte and Dana.
Pre-match assault.
Why is that a sin?
It's almost like they're heels. You know, bad guys, the villains, they do the bad things.
Ending the celebration early.
There was no need for a celebration anyway. The match hadn't even happened.
It's not like they're friends who haven't been in the ring together for almost a year. You know, cause fuck long-term storytelling.
Charlotte has been champion for 307 days.
Wrong. Just a little over 100 days. Because she had the Divas Championship from September to WrestleMania, the title was retired and Charlotte was no longer a champion. Then she won the women's title, thus starting a new reign.
Okay, first of all, you probably should have let Michael finish because he was about to say the same damn thing you sinned him for. Oh, and on top of that, there wasn't actually a point where Charlotte wasn't champion. She walked into the match as Divas champion and walked out as the women's champion. If you want to be a sack of shit, you could say that she wasn't champion for the 16 minutes it took Charlotte to win that match, but surely you wouldn't want me to think that, would you? Oh wait, I already do.
As hashtag WWE Battleground is now the #1 trend in the world.
Hashtag don't give a shit about the #1 trend.
There's actually a good reason for them to bring up Twitter trends, though. See, part of the appeal of WWE and part of what any sports show would do is point out how important their competition is. One way to indicate how important these conflicts are is to show how many people are paying attention to them. So if the event is the most tweeted thing in the world, then why the fuck shouldn't the announcers point that out?
Oh!
Fail Ken Rana.
Yes, let's make a joke out of Sasha almost breaking her neck. I know I'm a dick, but wow, desperate much?
Do you know how fucking hard it is to pull off a picture-perfect Hurricane Rana? Because I do. I know that it takes years of training to even be able to execute the move properly at all, and I also know how easy it is for the move to screw up, even when you do know how to do it. And you want to know the kicker about that statement? I'm not the person commentating on you that's actually a trained pro wrestler.
Back statement, center of the ring.
Charlotte was likely saying, "Take me, God, please."
Wait, why is it a sin if you can make a joke?
Boon, the video, it has become broken.
Prepare the battlefield for massacre!
Deletion! Delete!
Wait, didn't I already use this joke?
Oh yeah. Quick! To the dilapidated boat!
Welcome to the main roster, Bayley. Oh, wait.
Even though it was never said she would be on the main roster, only making a one-time appearance and so forth. So you lack originality and research. Fun.
You already sinned this exact problem too. You do this a lot. Please stop. We don't need to hear how salty you are about not getting things booked your way.
John, come on, bring it in, hug. We're not hug life.
And Michael's sitting between you two, so he'd likely get crushed by the hug. Also, JBL hates hugs.
Actually, maybe JBL was thinking the same thing you were. Also, these two sins are pointless. See, if this was your video, we'd put 2 sins here, but we already shot the sin counter. I'm dead!
Back to the pits you came, you unholy abomination of filth!
Oh, y'all remember the swamp fight, right, between the Wyatt family and the New Day?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Matt Hardy beat Jeff Hardy to claim the Hardy name. What? Wait, that wasn't it? I swear it was the same thing.
Oh ha! Cute! Even though it wasn't, like, no one was even near, wasn't even the same. Are you even trying at this point?
Let's just ignore the fact that those two had very different delivery and setup. Let's just ignore the fact that they serve different purposes too. Let's even ignore the fact that the endings were drastically different. What does any of this have to do with this event and thus count as a sin against this event?
Sounds like someone is grasping for straws.
You making fun of me?
No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just paying homage. Just like this man's paying homage to CinemaSins.
Like this guy? Hell, that's worse.
Done split the Wyatt family up like a Taylor Swift relationship.
Wah wah.
I do not understand how to process this. Are you saying that Kofi's joke was bad? If so, why? Because it was a pop culture joke? Well, I should remind you that you yourself are making jokes about a recent event in this very video. Are you saying that the Wyatt family's breakup deserves that reaction? Well, maybe say something about how it's a negative.
On April 8th, 2003.
April 8th, 2003 was my 7th birthday. Thanks for the shout out, New Day. LOL.
The day you were born is a sin! Think optimistically.
Oh, what? And Xavier.
How was that tag legal? The referee didn't see Xavier tag Big E, so why isn't he telling Xavier to go back into the corner?
Well, I can explain a possible rule that would allow for this, actually. This occurred after the bell rang, yes, but before any physical contact was made between the two teams. And immediately after this, Bray Wyatt switches places with Braun Strowman on the other team, without an actual tag being made. In other words, they were changing who was starting the match rather than actually tagging in. So this would likely either be an actual exception to the rule, or the referee has really no reason to give a shit.
Make it the big.
Oh, man!
That.
Attempted unnecessary 1080-degree spin failed.
Optimistic yet nitpicks the littlest of things. Boy!
Okay, first of all, do you even basic geometry? Because a 1080-degree spin would be 3 full rotations. How the fuck did you get that from Xavier falling slightly onto his side? If anything, the way he sold that move, whether landing exactly as intended or not, made Bray Wyatt's move look more devastating. Which is a good thing.
Advantage isn't enough to put Big O away.
Who the hell is Big O? It's Big E.
Okay, this is just insulting.
And Braun Strowman popping.
Braun clearly jumped over the top rope there.
No shit, Smark.
Jeez, Big E could have broken his neck right there. How is he not injured from that?
Oh, I see. So, based on your payback video, namely when Enzo Amore got a concussion and the match was stopped, and you don't sin out of respect, that's fine. But if somebody damn near kills themselves and just continues the match, then it's fair game.
Counts that as a sin because Big E almost broke his neck. Yet Sasha gets mocked for a misstep in a Hurricanrana. Good to see your priorities are straight.
I'm surprised that tweet said no longer hi.
I'm surprised that joke was as tasteless as the last one. You know, because for all we know, Roman Reigns could have had ADHD and was taking medication.
No. You gotta do it like this. There. Top notch. Beautiful. Perfect spicy meatball.
Who's that guy?
Dupree.
Discount Cinderella.
What?
What are you doing? Whoa! Missile drop kick.
With a fall like that, it's amazing that Zack didn't break his wrists.
Do you even hear yourself when you open your mouth?
Wait, why would he break his wrist? Because he landed on them? He landed on his knees too. Probably the reason he didn't break either. Not the safest way to land, mind you, but it's not like he put all his body weight on either his knees or his wrists.
And now Rusev with a kick to the back of the Never head. saw it.
2 sins here. First one is from Michael. That was a kick to the upper back and neck, not the head. The second is to JBL for saying he never saw that, as if he had never seen that super kick from Rusev before, even though he's commented almost every match Rusev's had the last couple of years.
Alright, 3 things. One,
Stop breaking the illusion, you idiot! Oh my god, let's give this a sin because apparently protecting the person in the ring is bad. Secondly, no one would have seen that coming unless they went over that spot multiple times, so fuck you. You do know you're watching a wrestling match, right? How can you say these videos are kayfabe when you can't tell the difference between a sell and a shoot?
right, yeah, all of those things. Two, JBL's wording seems to more likely indicate that Zack Ryder never saw that kick coming, which, well, he wouldn't have. It came from behind. Three,
From behind. Behind! Considering that Rusev has been limiting the amount of times he throws a super kick, and the fact that it's the first time he's done a super kick to the back of someone's head in the main roster, JBL is right, you pleb.
in other words, no on three fronts.
The entire Raw roster. This is what's in store.
Post-match assault. Mojo Rawley's debut on the main roster was pretty good, I admit it, but all he did was show up and not do anything. It's pretty much one of those, hey, it's me, I'm here now moments.
If your videos are kayfabe, then either be face or heel. Adding a sin to a post-match assault because Ruru's being heel and, you know, set up for Mojo Rawley to show up is dumb. As for Mojo, fuck, I'll at least give you this one thing. Mojo's debut was awkward.
Okay, so first you send someone for attacking someone else, and then you immediately send another guy not attacking someone else. See, that's what's called a contradiction. Mojo didn't need to attack Rusev. He needed to get him out of the ring. So wouldn't the sin be if he lay hands on him unprovoked by your standards?
All of it so because Ruru didn't want to sell that shit.
I'm like LeBron James and Tom Brady and Channing Tatum all rolled into one.
Sorry, Seth, Channing Tatum's a great actor, but not the best.
This needlessly nitpicking and unnecessary point was brought to you by not being able to come up with anything else to send this segment for. And the PB&J Network.
And viewers like you.
I have a hole in my stomach!
You're gonna have more if you don't get the fuck out of here.
I mean, Roman Reigns, he's a wild animal.
Only when he's high.
You get it? Because he got a wellness policy violation! Fuck my ass!
Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, the 576 encounter or something.
Boon. I'm going to rage, aren't I?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Who gives a shit about Hulu?
I don't know, maybe people who don't have the WWE Network and or cable so they have a way to watch Raw, SmackDown, and or NXT?
Teal Deer, do you even advertise?
For all of us on Raw.
Kevin wasting too much time mocking the crowd when he could be, I don't know, trying to beat Sammy?
Wasting time and taunting the crowd? Huh. If I didn't know any better, that sounds like something a heel would do.
You want to give up? He does!
Kevin answering for Sammy is both memorable and hilarious. Oops.
Or, here's a thought, maybe he's answering because character!
Sami Zayn.
Haha, you failed. Also, how the fuck is Sammy not hurt from that? I'm not saying he should be, I'm just saying that's gotta be a nearly broken neck from a fall like that.
Yeah, it's almost like he's a professional or something. You know, to save himself from a botch like that. Another tasteless joke from Tryhard McFuckboy.
Maybe not. That's what I'm talking about. Exploder suplex.
Kevin could have countered that as Sammy took some time before delivering the exploder suplex.
I guess pacing and setup is another thing that doesn't exist in your broken mind. No! No! Bad! Bad, Hardy! This joke has been done to death. Be gone! Leave!
Look at him go! We had a fight broke out.
Honestly, what's so exciting about these two delivering constant forearms? After watching so many matches these two had, how is that exciting?
Huh, I wonder why that is exciting. Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it's a classic spot of two guys slugging it out in the middle of the ring until one of them drops? Shit. I get you may have a preference, but seriously, do you even know how a wrestling match legit works? Also, considering that we have seen amazing spot after amazing spot in this match, that point was unneeded and dumb. Congrats, Mark. Try again. Also, their elbows. You know, out of all the people to get a body part wrong, it's Mr. Nitpick about getting a body part wrong.
Man, how clutch was that?
How clutch was that? The fuck does that mean?
because Zayn got his foot on the rope the very last second before 3. Therefore, it was clutch. Fuck, do I have to, like, explain slaying to you now?
Sammy trying to pull off a Shawn Michaels beats Ric Flair stunt at the end of the match.
How can you compare two different... Well, you do... You know what? Let's go! These two moments, this moment and HBK and Flair, are completely different. If you actually paid attention going into this match, Zayn and Owens were former friends turned bitter rivals, and this moment was a moment where Zayn was trying to put Owens out of his misery and end the man who has tried to end his career and finally get that closure and win he so desperately needs. Shawn did it! I repeat, did it! Want to end Ric Flair's career, and at times in the match stopped himself before he delivered the final blow, until he finally did it and let out a tearful "I'm sorry" to Rick. Get your history right!
Showing signs of compassion is the ultimate weakness in professional wrestling.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, hell no! Okay, you dumb fuck, let me explain how feuds work. Sammy was showing compassion, yes, because Kevin Owens had been his friend since childhood. These two men had traveled the world together, and deep down, he didn't want to end their friendship like this. At the same time, though, he knew that this chapter of their life and their careers needed to end, and he knew, deep down, that could only be achieved with a second haluva kick, by making sure that Kevin Owens wasn't going to be able to kick out, by making sure Kevin could never say that it was a fluke, by ensuring that the match ended right here, right now, by being just as ruthless as Owens would have been with him, and it hurt him to have to do that to someone who was closer to him than a fucking brother. It's called telling a goddamn story! And your clips are out of order, scrub!
Because of an epic and thankfully final match between these two and the standing ovation they got midway through the match, I am duty bound to remove 20 sins.
Wait, what? How the hell does that work? Considering you spent the entire time shitting on this match for being, I don't know, a match! And making comparisons that have nothing to do with the moments that happened, and you say it was a great one? You're either face or heel. Make up your mind!
And about the way you use sin removers in general, since this is the most egregious example, and it shows that you don't know how sin videos actually work. See, you don't just remove sins because something good happens, okay? It has to either be something so amazing that it forces you to forgive a sin, which, once again, a match you shit on the ending of should not deserve all the sins from that match, and then some to be removed in that instance, or it has to undo something you previously listed as a sin, which there's no way that match undid 20 previous problems. And if that's the case, why the fuck did you put any sins in the match in the first place?
Sin remover due to that being one of the best metal bands in history.
Psst, you heard him, guys. Go around the arena with a bunch of Slayer and Killswitch Engage signs and he won't be able to make these videos anymore.
They don't have what you have, which is this. The jacket, tank top.
Roman's got leather, but it's on his vest. And the tank top? Yeah, neither one has one of those. Correct.
Neither of the others wear a jacket, even if it's made of the same material, and Dean said nothing about the material. And I know people who would try to say this is a joke, so I'm just going to point out that you and I both know that it's not, so don't even try to go there.
Let's keep moving forward. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, you have. Previously on WWE. Hey look, The Miz has a giant dick on his face. Ironic considering he is a giant dick.
First, you added a sin to the fact that they're using context to make sense in certain matches that are going on, because that's a bad thing to remind people on why things are going on. Secondly, look, let's make fun of The Miz because he acts like a dick. Implying that that isn't an act and he isn't in character. Learn kayfabe.
Also, I'm surprised Maurice didn't kiss that giant dick. The fake one, not Miz.
Also part of SmackDown.
Whoa, I thought this was a PG show.
Ha! Dick jokes! It's funny because they're penises! Laugh, damn it! Or I'll keep adding sins for no reason!
He did his best impression of 50 Cent.
Who?
Jim Neidhart.
Dupree.
Well, I'm mildly confused.
I'm sorry, but are you so out of touch with modern media from the past 15 years that you don't know who 50 Cent is? Wanksta? Candy Shop? Ring any bells? He had 2 video games, for fuck's sake. How many rappers get video games? Answer, just 50 Cent. I mean, I think there was a Wu-Tang Clan game at one point, and Def Jam Vendetta is a fighting game with rappers in it, but Bulletproof and Blood in the Sand are literally about 50 Cent. That alone gives him an identifying feature that no other rapper has.
Darren Young has to either pin or tap Miz.
Like Maurice did with that giant dick on Miz's face.
4 dick chokes all over a plague mask. Are you fucking kidding me?
Miz was able to counter.
Miz managed to take control of the match, but decided to walk out even though he had the chance to defeat Darren right there.
I'm going to ignore the fact that heel tactics exist since you specifically say it's bad because he could have beaten Darren, so I'll just debunk that. Miz doesn't have to beat Darren since he's the champion. Him walking out is a way for him to retain his championship without having to put in effort. And rematch isn't going to happen since they're on separate brands.
This battle is going to be great with John Cena versus the Club. Oh, and yeah, Enzo and Cass are there too. Why? Because reasons.
You know, that line would really work if Cass and Enzo being in the match really didn't make any sense. Oh, wait. It was explained.
If the club thinks they can come out here week after week after week and beat down John Cena, what's to stop them from doing that to me and Enzo?
Build up, motherfucker! Do you know it?
And I am a certified G!
If you're the certified G, then why is Cass wearing the certified G shirt instead of you?
Cass is also a certified G. Why the fuck you think? How you doing?
What do we got here? Couple idiots. Couple idiots.
No, just one.
You are looking at the Mount Rushmore of certified G's.
With the exception of John Cena.
Ha! Because I'm an internet smark! John Cena sucks! John Cena sucks!
And beat the crap out.
They seriously tried to censor crap? 5 Sins for bullshit. Didn't censor that now, did ya?
You know, it's funny. I was watching live on the network and I remember the silence not being there, but, you know, let's assume that I'm wrong and they did try to censor him. Well, they probably thought he was gonna say shit.
Nearly 1 minute in this already too long promo of no talking, and I think I just found out why this event went into overtime.
No talking? What'd you just send Enzo for then, dumbass?
How is that a sin, honestly? Like, even before about this going into overtime, how is this a problem?
Maybe pack a lunch, some sandwiches, cut the crust off. I don't know.
What the fuck is going on?
He's extending a joke about AJ Styles' haircut looking like a soccer mom into AJ actually being the club's soccer mom. Which, you know, you'd know that if you paid attention to the promo. At all. For 5 seconds. Because he said it 5 seconds ago.
Not joking, this promo was nearly 8 minutes long. 8!
And it was great. I could have watched Enzo and Cass cut a promo all night. What's your fucking point?
And Enzo right in the middle of that train wreck.
Train wreck? Is this because John Cena's in this match?
Oh, look, a John Cena joke. I didn't know we were in 2010.
Hey, Louden, you know what I like to do?
What?
Well, let's see. Let me think about it for a minute. One of my favorite everyday activities. Oh, yeah, I think I know what it is. It's beat up John Cena!
I thought it was funny.
So many illegal competitors are in the ring. Why is the referee not throwing away the match like he normally would? Like, seriously, those who are not the legal men have a count of 5 to get out of the ring, and these guys were in the ring for the better part of 2 minutes. And I checked, this match was not a no disqualification match.
Better question for you real quick. How many tag matches get thrown out due to chaos breaking out? The answer is barely any, even when it does turn chaotic. Hell, I've definitely never seen a referee disqualify a team as soon as they count to 5.
Oh, it's all right.
The Air somehow survived that without injury.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the entirety of the IWC in one sentence. Come at me, you neckbeards!
This highlight reel lasts almost 20 minutes of pay-per-view time. Next to the long promo with Enzo and Cass, I think this is the other reason why the pay-per-view went into overtime.
Oh, goody. Now I get to explain booking psychology to you. See, you don't want to just stack a card with high intensity action back to backs, as you're likely to wear out the crowd doing that, since they'll be expending all their energy and excitement before the main event starts. As such, you want your highlight matches to be throughout the show, with rest periods in between. And on top of that, you still have to tell a story. So this segment both tells the story of Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar, which by the way we'll get to in a moment regarding your video's only response to it, and cools down the crowd from the 6-man tag earlier so that they still have lots of energy for the main event.
And at SummerSlam, he's gonna take on Brock Lesnar.
But why? Seriously, give me a good reason why this match exists.
Okay, since you want to be that guy, here we go. They both debuted at the same time coming up from OVW. They both became the youngest world champions in WWE history. They both had Rookie of the Year type quality to them. They are both two of the biggest names in the company who haven't faced each other. Need I remind you they never had a match with each other ever? It practically writes itself. Please pay attention to the last 15 years of WWE programming. Fuck boy!
Also, how the hell do you hype up this match when these two are on separate brands? Seriously, that's like one guy is hyping up the match on one mountain, while the other is hyping it up on the other. This match exists for no reason at all.
Okay, I would have just skipped this, but, well, first of all, you sent something twice that has barely anything to do with this event, other than the fact that the point of this segment is to promote this match. That isn't happening at this event. Second, your video was uploaded August 2nd, the day after Randy Orton showed up on Raw to RKO Brock Lesnar. So clearly, they're doing just fine promoting the match even though we're on different brands. And the thing about this is that the fact that this is an interbrand match also draws attention to the match.
During those 9 months, something was missing, and it was this.
You mean to say it took you 9 months to notice that this was missing in your life? It's one thing for an injury to take 9 months, but to realize WWE was missing the last 9 months? I'm so confused.
Something was missing. It was you.
My buddy Adam from Adam's Wrestling Show? Is that who you're pointing to? Is that who's been missing from your life?
Okay, I have a feeling that you know that the things that were missing were the response he got from the fans and, in fact, the fans themselves. Second one might be you playing stupid for a joke and an arbitrary shout out, but the first part? Yeah, he was just saying that he was enjoying time with his family and didn't realize how much he missed being in the ring until he got back in the ring. What's worse about your confusion is that the wording indicates that he didn't know anything was missing until he came back. The phrase, absence makes the heart grow fonder, exists for a reason, you know.
Oh yeah, GOAT, baby. You're welcome.
First you think you're Daniel Bryan by saying GOAT, now you think you're Damien Sandow by saying you're welcome.
Okay, the GOAT thing means greatest of all time and is in no way Daniel Bryan specific. Hell, LL Cool J was using it before that. In fact, he's not the one who called himself a GOAT. Other people called Daniel Bryan a GOAT, dumbass! And Damien Sandow does not own the use of the phrase, "you're welcome." Especially since Chris Jericho gave context for the phrase before he said it. If he just said it for no reason, then yeah, you'd have a case for gimmick infringement there, but that's not what he did.
So get to Viperville. No enhancement needed.
What an asshole.
Says the guy who's been making potshots at Roman Reigns' wellness violation all night? I mean, it's not like Brock is an upcoming opponent of Randy's, and thus Randy has a reason to talk shit about him. What's your excuse?
You take me to Viperville, Randy, with me now.
Just get to the main event already! Out of nowhere? If Chris was so suspicious of that, he would have seen that coming. That RKO was nowhere near out of nowhere.
Okay, maybe it was predictable that he was going to do it, but that's like saying it's predictable that Brock Lesnar's probably going to throw someone. He's in the ring, and somebody's talking shit about him, so it's pretty much inevitable. But it's the when that makes it out of nowhere. Hell, Randy even faked Jericho out, and then delivered it while he was doubled over laughing. I'd say that qualifies as out of nowhere, yeah.
Will he show ring rust?
Ring rust? It's only been 30 days, not a whole freaking year. But let me say something here. I understand that Roman was originally scheduled to compete tonight before his suspension, but honestly, his punishment should have been the removal from this title match because of what he did.
You know, I was trying to be neutral about the whole thing, but do you even know what Roman took? Do you know what it was? Amphetamine. Basically stimulants. And considering that it seems like it was a minor stimulant found in ADHD medication or in certain powders used by guys during weight training, this just sounds extremely petty and just dickish.
Oh, by the way, even being out of the ring for a month can cause ring rust when you're used to having matches every week. A lot of ring rust? Hell no, but ring rust nonetheless.
All the comments Rollins has been making about Reigns, calling.
You know why it's a bad idea to team up on someone in a triple threat match? Because they'll pretend to be hurt waiting outside the ring before taking advantage of your dirty work.
You know what's bad about being the guy getting double teamed in a triple threat match? The other two competitors will try to actually hurt you. If you're going to use logic as though kayfabe actually exists, I can debunk you with logic as though kayfabe actually exists.
We know this Reigns and Rollins rivalry will continue on Monday nights.
Actually, it won't.
And they, within the context of the event, had no way of knowing the rivalry wouldn't continue. And how do you know their feud isn't simply on hold for the moment due to being in different circumstances right now? I know, but how do you?
And now Roman Reigns!
That was Seth Rollins delivering the frog splash, not Roman Reigns. Tonight just isn't Michael's night. Also, new trend, hashtag Roman Reign.
Cutting off Michael Cole again. And he wasn't even saying Roman Reigns delivered the splash. Hell, he was talking about something involving Reigns until Rollins came out of nowhere faster than the RKO.
Top kick.
Momentarily, but Seth caught. And there's a big punch!
That was a perfect synchronization right there. Let's remove a few sins. But unfortunately, I have to sin Michael yet again for referring to the Superman punch as just a big punch.
Maybe because Cole wasn't trying to waste syllables, knowing that the Ambrose Lariat is coming up and decides to say big punch. Oh, and also considering that the Superman punch is pretty much, oh yeah, a big punch! You are literally leaping into the air and punching someone in the face! You misspelled army. Good lord! The majority of this video, besides being a poorly done and shitty knockoff of CinemaSins, which you legit call them CinemaSins 2 expansion, really want to be a whore for those views, don't you? Your points are just unneeded and nitpicky to the point where it's not funny and you sound legit serious half the time. You claim that these are in kayfabe, which is an obvious lie considering you have no idea what that phrase means, all the while forgetting the basic functions on how a match goes. You literally made yourself stupid just for the sake of attempting to make tasteless joke after tasteless joke. I mean, Jesus, if those jokes were forced any further, you'd be serving a 10-5. All the while, everything goes right over your head. Man, I wasn't kidding when I said this is a social commentary on the IWC. You sum up the stupidity of the IWC in this video. Thank you.
So, let me dissect all the levels of contradiction going on with your content here. Your mindset on how your videos are kayfabe and yet serve to break the illusion of professional wrestling, you know, something that a kayfabe show wouldn't blatantly do, was covered well by Louden's final thoughts. Your catchphrase, think optimistically, doesn't match up with the critical nature of your content. I'm not saying that you can't criticize, but you're using a genre of video that naturally picks apart media for the smallest of flaws in order to convey that message. It just doesn't work. And here's another thing about your genre of video. It's one that involves paying close attention to the details in order to find things that are wrong, but still seem like reasonable flaws. You, on the other hand, not only point to things that are flat out too nitpicky even for your genre, which goes more detailed than even the typical review, but also manage to fail to pay attention to understand what's going on around the scene and not simply what's in the frame. You refuse to acknowledge the passion and emotion that wrestling can convey, as made clear by your analysis of the match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, a feud that deserves to be long and deserves to have match after match. And here's the worst part. You actually do make a couple of valid points. Yeah, there are times when people screw up, including commentators, and there are things about people's gimmicks that just don't work sometimes. But more often than not, you put too much focus in getting your content quickly than making sure that it's good. And that's my advice. More people are going to respect you and continue watching your stuff if you, in turn, show respect to your viewers by putting effort into the work that you create for them. As it stands right now, it seems like you're just slapping these things together and putting them up.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, well, now that boring-ass wrestling shit's out of the way, I'm gonna kill you.
Wait, what?
You silly little fool. You think the memes are your ally, but you merely adopted the lulz. I was born from them, molded by them.
Hey, wait, so you're a bad guy now?
Pretty much.
Really gotta stop falling for that.
I mean, you shouldn't be all that surprised. First of all, I'm fucking Bane. Big shocker that the villain is actually a villain. I even tried to kill you the first time we met, but you seemed willing to cooperate. So I decided to cooperate too. Then I saw an opportunity, and I took it.
Wait a minute.
Yep. I purposely left you to die, but since Stan couldn't get the job done, I'll just have to handle it myself.
Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
You know, I wonder what's gonna break first. Your spirit? Or
Your balls!
Could have done that at any time, couldn't you?
Hey, you're the one with the uppercut moonsault.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, this was the dumbest heel turn I've ever seen since Titus O'Neil.
Don't look at me, I didn't book this shit.
I hate both of you right now.